Hey everyone, thanks for clicking on my video. This is Rocky here with my top moments from episode 12 of Constantine. So, we see Zed has been exploring the mill house, and she's actually found herself a nice calm place where she can kind of meditate and try and recoup after everything that's gone on with her powers and everything. Sadly, she's, interrupted by John as he needs her to get back into the war, so he's here to push her to use her powers again, seeing as Manny destroyed the scry map. Throughout the episode, we learn that, she has a brain tumor, and it may or may not be basically the source of her visions. I actually enjoyed seeing her character kind of evolve in this episode as she wonders throughout the episode where her gift comes from, and does she want to keep it if, this tumor is, eventually going to kill her. By the end, her vision helps save the day, and she's determined to endure whatever pain this tumor is inflicting upon her to save people. On the plus side, she actually does end up being able to see Manny as well. I just wonder if it will be kind of like all the time, or just when he allows her to, kind of like where it is with John. Also, I love that John actually revealed to her that he begins every day meditating on the idea that all the people he cares for are dead. This gives us a very unique look into why he does not like to really make connections with people. He's very abrasive and just wants to keep people away. But with Zed, we're seeing kind of a change in him. He's starting to connect with her and kind of open himself up a little bit. So we'll see, that's probably going to cost him later on. Alright, so in this episode, Chaz is the guinea pig again, and he's put to good use as both a screwdriver cushion and a black diamond tester. Also, it was a very nice touch to connect the episodes as John actually used the cattle prod that he acquired back in episode 10 on Chaz. So once again, we get a small glimpse at the power of Constantine, as he's able to knock out Manny by way of some smoke from Hades. He then brands Manny's current host body, and that effectively grounds Manny in the mortal world. But as a side effect, it actually cuts him off from the divine source, so he doesn't have his powers, and he states that he'll actually lose access to all the information that he had as an angel. Remember, John doesn't like to be very overt with his powers, but with Zed hurting, he is very, very desperate. He learns that Manny can't help her, but he still puts our angelic friend to use, as he needs, boots on the ground, as he put it. Pretty sure Manny is going to find some way to make John pay later on for that, and it's probably not going to be very subtle. Manny actually being stuck in a host body actually made for some really great moments on screen. From the awkwardly comedic moment in the closet with the nurse, right now, to the more touching moments with Zed. He also experienced moments of frustration as well as sadness. These are all things that he's been curious about as he spoke with Imogen in the previous episode, and I think John was right in stating that Manny has changed some. He has a new perspective on the human condition now, so we'll see how that's going to affect his keeping information back from John and how much he's going to want to, help him now if he's going to get more involved in everything. In this episode, they introduced this black diamond. This is actually a pretty huge thing to be introducing in the show right now. This is pretty much a huge reference to the villain Eclipse from the comics. The character went through some different iterations, but is most commonly known that it's basically he's the first embodiment of God's wrath and was actually responsible for the Great Flood. He was later replaced by the Spectre, which we've been introduced to Jim Corrigan, so we're seeing some correlations there. The Black Diamond is actually Eclipse's prison, and the shards allow it to basically possess anyone holding one. This has been somewhat reflected on the show, but just a little bit different, as when Eclipse is actually possessing someone, they have kind of like a dark circle on the right side of their face, kind of looks like an eclipse, so it's kind of that callback to the name Eclipso. Now in the show, they kind of changed this a little bit. It was mentioned by Manny that the diamond was actually used by a powerful ancient sorcerer. This may have been a member of the Brujeria, or it could have been a reference to Mofair, who's actually connected with Eclipso in the comics. And the black diamond was actually shattered by an angel, and its pieces were scattered by the Great Flood. And again, remember, the Great Flood was also used to kind of wipe out this Brujeria previously. This has me wondering what's going to happen and how this is going to connect with Eclipso, if they're actually going to use them or not, and what's going to happen when this diamond is made whole, as it kind of seems they're going that way. In the comics, having the diamond whole actually meant that Eclipso's prison was very strong and could basically be destroyed at that time to kind of destroy him. But, I think maybe in the show, we may see where once everything's brought back together and it's made whole, that actually might release Eclipse, or we may see this as actually a weapon that's going to be used by the Brujeria. This episode is definitely up there as one of the best of the season. I really think we need more Manny on this show, as his interactions with all the characters has been, actually enhanced those episodes greatly. And we actually haven't seen him and Chaz have any one-on-one moments. Unfortunately, Chaz does get possessed by Manny in this episode, but, we don't see that moment between him and Chaz. So I'd like to see that at some point down the line, as I think it would just be quite comical. But yeah, just more Manny on the show, I think, is definitely going to be something that'll kind of bring a bit more comedic elements and things like that. So we're down to just one more episode this season, and it's going to have Papa Midnight as well as Jim Corrigan. So I'm wondering, are we going to see Spectre by the end? I don't know. There's a rumor going around that Constantine is going to actually end up possibly getting moved to the Sci-Fi Channel and rebranded as Hellblazer. This hasn't been confirmed yet. It's just kind of one of those ideas that NBC is kind of throwing around. Once we get any type of confirmation on that, I'll be sure to put an update video out just letting you guys know what's going on with Constantine, or, if it does become Hellblazer, what's going on with Hellblazer. So right now, I just think we need to focus on the show as it is. I know I'm really looking forward to episode 13 and seeing what they're going to close up as far as storylines and what storylines they're going to leave open. I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. Go and let me know down in the comments what your favorite part of this episode was. And if you have any questions about any of the characters or any other parts of the episode, go ahead and put those down in the comments below as well, and I'll be more than happy to go over that information with you. If you've enjoyed the video, I'd ask you to go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That way you can receive alerts when I post a new Constantine video or the other Marvel and DC television shows that I'm doing reviews for at this time. And if you have gone ahead and subscribed already, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming aboard, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. Alright guys, all that being said, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day now. Bye!